I'm smiling from ear. I'm smiling from ear to ear because, Coach, you said it a minute ago, and Chris alluded to it. Like, I've got a cell phone. I mean, I've got a phone in my home today that I still use. One of those that you actually plug into the wall, and but rarely does it get used. It just kind of rings, and I use my cell phone everywhere I go, and got my Apple Watch, and so tools are tools, right? And then tools change over time, but you still use the old, you bring in the new, and you learn to adapt. And Todd, Chris, I think that's what we're learning to do in this world we live in. We all know that everybody's eyeballs, when they get 5 minutes at work, goes to their cell phone. And so to see what Dr. Kristal and James and others have said, you know what, we're not going to stop what we're doing, but we're going to add in this ways to reach the people where their eyeballs are when they get a few minutes of time during the day, to expose them to our products, to expose them to our opportunity, is just a genius approach. And then you couple that, but you guys know, you got to be in sync with the company. Like it, you can have all of that, but if you don't have the buy-in from the company to join forces with you're kind of missing a few bullets in your arsenal. And so what happened going into Orlando is we had people getting, over the last 2 years, really good at getting into the eyeballs of the people, but we were missing a piece, and we were missing a piece from corporate. And when corporate decided, hey, we're going to join forces with you on a product like Renew, that we can gateway people into the business, it's a great profit margin for the company. It's a great it's a great place for us to buy as consumers, like it's economical, and it gets results fast, like results crazy over a 5-day period that people are having. And so when I look back and I look at this, I'm thinking, man, it was just the perfect marriage of company, field, work ethic, bringing out new tools. And thank God for people like Dr. Kristal Vance and James and a host of others that said, you know what, we're willing to be bad before we're good. And we're going to jump on these platforms and we're going to learn. And then we're not going to worry about just our team. We're going to go cross line, sideline, down line. Doesn't matter to us. We're going to just add value to the organization as a whole and grow. And so I'm sitting here like you two are today. I'm learning. I'm not a celebrity on social media, but I know I can be with work and not taking away from what I'm already doing that I know how to do. And Todd, that's what a lot of people do. They find something new and they throw out the old. But you're really good networkers. Here's what they do. They continue with what they're doing to drive a paycheck and to drive income, and they add into their arsenal what Dr. Kristal Vance and James and a host of others are doing. And so that's why I sit back with a huge smile on my face. I'm thankful for our company, for partnering with us on this. I'm thankful for so many people that were involved in creating this Renew system of growth. And then for Dr. Kristal Vance and others for saying, hey, we'll lead the way and show everybody new tools to add to their arsenal. So I'm excited about this morning, Chris.
Well, I'm excited as well. And of course, I think what you hit the nail on the head. You don't quit what you're doing. This is just another way. And I'm probably slow to be one to make adjustments. I'm just do what I've been doing. In my age, I'm not, to be honest, I'm still learning what TikTok. I'm still not sure I can even TikTok. I'm not sure how you do that. I got it and I've been playing around with it. I haven't sent one yet because I'm always laughing at what I do. But at any rate, I want people to know that don't stop what you're doing. You got some success with something, you'll continue. Just add this. And if people think we're looking for shortcuts, I want to make this clear. This is not a shortcut. This is work. There'll be some effort to be put into this. And if you're going to become good at it, you will be consistent. And it doesn't matter what the system is. If you don't do it consistently, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter what the system is, whether it's face-to-face. And that's what people want to do. They want to get in our industry and work 3 days and think they're supposed to be rich by Saturday. And this is a work effort. This is just a tool that we believe will help you build your business. You'll still need to do all the other things you've been needing to do. And with that, I'm going to turn it to Todd and Brent. I'm here with my pad today. This is Brent and Tracy Turnberg's with us as well. I mean, I looked at all the names. I mean, my goodness, we got the a lineup here. I mean, with Dr. Kristal and James joined us. We didn't know that we always, I feel bad about always asking him. He has to get up so early. So guys, I'm going to turn this to you guys. Todd, you're muted.
Turn it over to Kristal. Kristal's just going to run with us this morning. Ken, thanks for being back with us from Bear Hunt. Do you have anything you want to say before I do this with Kristal? Do you have anything you want to add, Ken?
No, just that, something along the line that Brent said there, Todd. I love all the tribes, as we call them, coming together here. We got Arix, we got Limu, we got Noni, everybody coming together to create something here. And with the company's support, I mean, there's like 150 people on here, Chris. I appreciate Chris for being so consistent on this. We could just take these 150 people here, and there's a whole lot more on our team. We could build a $1 billion company with what we already have. So I just love that everybody's coming together, working together. I just know it's going to change a lot of lives.
So all I'm going to say is if you're new today and you don't have the app, Boards, 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 it'll be a little blue icon. As Kristal begins today, go ahead and be downloading that on your Android or your Apple. That way you'll be able to plug in and kind of follow along. And that being said, Dr. Kristal has kind of been on the leading edge of this 5 trial pack that Tracy Tunberg put so much time into helping design, and Brent. But I was going to tell you, I'm starting to see the fruits of it. I'll give you a great example. Last night, I had to drive 12 hours yesterday up to Virginia. I get in my bed last night, exhausted, but I get this text from Jerry Halsey and Tyler in Alabama. Both have real jobs. Both are sporadic in their ability to work, but they're both just super excited because they just put in a mega CrossFit gym owner that they had been working on for 2 years, and they had never been able to get her. She was a big advocate lady, couldn't convince her on all the products, but guess what got her? A Renew 5-day trial pack. She loves the system, and she loved what it did to her body. So renew, baby, renew. So Dr. Kristal, it's all yours.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, you know what I love? I love the unity in community that we have going on right now. That our community is what it is because we are all unified. And as long as we can keep that going, we're in a really good place. And what you said, we'll be $1 billion company. Let's get it. Okay. So I have a lot of information, so I'm really going to try not to put you with fluff in here. And the other thing is it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not really good at being woohoo at 10 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, you guys get to see a different Dr. Kristal. We don't see patients before 10, and well, teaching at 10 is fun. So all right. You are on here because you are a brand partner already, right? So if we were looking at the 4 bases, we have something called the system of growth. That is gold to you. And anytime you were someone's score, you were someone who scored with you coming across home base, right? The 4 bases. The 4 bases. First base is the 5-day trial. Second base is getting them moved to a 28-day challenge. Third base is getting them to become a brand partner. And home base is getting them plugged into the system of growth. If you can take someone around those bases and you get them start using the play video means you're now duplicating yourself. You're looking for other people who are doing what you're doing. We will become $1 billion company. Because it's just duplication that makes that happen. But we now have a system to do that. Okay, so your first step, you as the brand partner, is to make sure you have first base. So you need to make sure you've got first base available for you to utilize. So do you have 5-day trials? Right now, that means you would need to get an activate pack or a business pack. How many 5-day trials do you want? 10 or 20? And yes, I love James saying in your hand. The really cool thing about this is you could go on social media and you could do a post and pre-sell them to earn the money to then go order them. But the best thing is to have them with you at all times, because it's what then leads to how you market, right? Because you are out doing your normal life and you hear people talk about things and you're helping them, you hear what they need. And so now you have something that could help them and you're giving them a solution. That is a different way of marketing. To most of us, that feels really comfortable because you're helping someone, right? So the 5-day trial is just a really simple way. This is your lead magnet. This is a really simple lead magnet. You're bringing people into the 4 bases. So what I really encourage you is to create a name list today, 10 to 20 people. And I want you to, when you put a person's name down, I also want you to put on there, why did you put them on your name list? And you're going to start to see a theme about you. Is it because you think they have influence? Well, then you should start talking when you're talking to people about the fact is, I work with people who have incredible influence and they can create income with it. Are the people on your list all people who have sleep issues and you know they do, so you want to talk to them? Well, then the conversation that you're having out there should always be about sleep. You're going to start attracting the people that you're focused on, right? We say what you focus on is where you go. So start, who is going to be on that list of names? Now, when you get someone started with a 5-day trial, you've just begun. That's not the most important part, is selling them a 5-day trial. That wasn't what this was about. The 5-day trial was about getting to night 3. To me, night 3 is the most important part, because you're now going to walk them from night 3 going, your HGH is just going up. Are you excited? We've got to get you a box. We've got to move you to the 28-day challenge. I can't wait to see the results that you're going to get. It has a built-in follow-up, because if you started something and over 5 nights you felt good, they're likely going to reach out to you and go, how do I get more of this stuff? But you don't want to wait for that. You want to be the person reaching out to them on night 3. So that boards app, you have the ability to have night 3 script already in there. Night 1, you could send them a message. I'm really excited for you. Now you can use the ones that James gave you because he created a great template, but you can also personalize it. You might look at that and go, I would never say that. Well, then don't. Personalize it to you, customize it, make your own. Just like James said, we're giving you permission to customize your boards. Customize your board for your team. Like this, that's what I love about boards, is that it gives us flexibility to create a foundation for our team and then let people be them. Okay. But night 3, you're moving them to a 28-day box, base number 2. Right now, you can be the person that totally like takes out there and tries to move them to base 3 and across to home base. And that's okay if you do. But what if you just kept filling your funnel? Would your posture be different with that person? Would that person feel different if you weren't all over them going, are you ready to get a pack? Are you ready to get started? What if you just let them, right? If you had tons of people that you were putting into your funnel, if you were moving lots of these, you wouldn't be putting that high pressure on people. And you would get more consistent because you would have people going through the cycle from first to second to third. And now because your posture is different, they feel that you don't need them. And now they want you. And that is the magic move. That is the flip. When someone is attracted to you, and now you're not just getting a sign up, you're getting an enrollment. See, there's a difference between when you get someone signed up, where you figured out how to get them a pack and you got them started and you, man, I hope I can get them to write down some people that they know, versus an enrollment is someone who's like, I'm going to work the system. I'm going to do what you're doing. Okay. So we've gone to the 28-day challenge, and now guess what there is? There's the system of growth. So I'm going to take someone from the 5-night trial, and if they're having questions, I'm going to let the system help them. I'm going to move them to Tuesday night Zoom so that they can see the community. See, people don't join a company, they join you. If they are like, wow, these people are incredible, they're just like me, they relate to me, they get like, I want to be a part of this. So getting them to the Tuesday night Zoom, talking about all, let us be your third-party credibility, right? Then as we go from the 28-day challenge, I want to get the play in their hand. Remember, I said the play is our gold. That video absolutely needs to be inside your board. And every time you send that video to someone who's expecting it, that you did it with intent, that there's been a conversation, and you send that to them, a quality lead, you send that video to, it's gold. Like, you should hear cha-ching. I was talking to Jane Rouse, and she was headed to the county fair. And I said, there's nothing like the smell of a county fair. And she goes, right? Smells like money. That is a true farm girl. She's right. The smell of cow poo is money to a farmer. It's no different here. When you send the play, you should be hearing cha-ching, cha-ching every time you send it. Because that is rounding the bases to home. That is that person, and you're standing up cheering, here they're coming. Are they going to slide across the base? And they come sliding into home base. And what are you going to do? You're going to send them to the Saturday training, just like you're on right now. That is the system of growth. Because now that person wants to duplicate. And it all started on first base. Okay. It all started right here with this 5-day trial. So it makes sense that if you're not utilizing this, it's hard to get them around the bases. Now, what's really cool is we're all using one tool that people everywhere go, oh, but like, you might be using this to get them to a house party. There's no one right way to do this. That all ways work. Like how they get to second base, how they get to third base is going to be unique to everybody. And I wanted to kind of give a visual to this. I saw a post inside of one of our Facebook pages where they're like, I'm really struggling with sending out the scripts that we had. Well, it's not that the script is not working for you. It's just, it might be different than how you would normally talk to people. So you've got to find what works for you. Okay. So if I was to go into the mall and I'm looking for an eye cream. Okay. I need it. Seriously. Okay. I'm looking for an eye cream. I go walking down the mall, and do you guys know that one store where they stand outside and they've got their little eye cream and they shove it in your face and they're like, here, you need this. And I'm like, seriously, I can see my own bags. I don't need you telling me I have bags. But do you know who I'm talking about, y'all? And you go, no, thank you. And some of you don't even make eye contact and speak to them. And some of you are like, heck yeah, I'm getting the freebie. I'm going in. And some of you spent $1,500 with them, right? That's one way to market eye cream. Shove it in their face. Here's the thing. They go off of the law of large numbers. 20% of the people are eventually going to walk in their store and buy. So that's one way. I am the person that goes, no, thank you. And I just keep walking. And then there's Sephora. And I can walk into Sephora and all of it is in there. I can go get it. There's somebody that's going to try to help me and I don't want their help. They're annoying. I'll go get it because I know exactly where it is. And I walk through and I check out. Okay. There's also the person that walks into Dillard's. I got my eye cream though. There's also the person that walks into Dillard's and they get funneled in and there is cosmetics everywhere and eye creams everywhere. And they're giving freebies and they're squirting you with their perfume. And they're like, oh, if you buy it, you get this with it. That's another marketing approach. So the reason I'm telling you this is all of those people sell the same eye cream, but they all have a different marketing approach. They all start with the first line though, right? They all have a lead magnet that gets you through their door. And then they walk you through to home base, which is the purchase. You need to find out what your marketing approach is to move these. And then you put that marketing approach inside of your texts, inside of your boards, so that they're just easy to grab. Find the videos that you like to use. Okay. I hope I got y'all. Are we doing okay?
Hey, I'll jump in with you, Kristal, because I know it's tough to just talk the whole time. So I love this because what you're saying is really the 5-day trial is the tool. You know, Chris Doyle could go back in time and he could remember like a cassette being a tool that you pique people's interest with. Like how many cassettes can you give out back in the day? And it piqued people's interest, and it was tapping into the numbers, right? The numbers game. Today, that approach is still the same, but the tool is now the 5-day trial instead of the cassette. The 5-day trial is the pique people's interest. And Kristal, what you're saying, like you first got to have that tool in your hand. And I experienced that myself walking in the bank this past week. I had the tool in my car, and when they overheard a phone conversation, the teller said, you know, what are you talking about? And before I knew it, I ran out to the car, grabbed the 5-day trials and made 2 sales. And they're now in I just gatewayed them into the deal, into the system of growth to get them on your Tuesday night call. 1 out of the 2 got on Tuesday night. Okay. Just moved a 28-day trial. And now I will move her to the opportunity Zoom on Thursday night. So there's a process. So I love what you're saying here with I said this before, it's clarity, it's simplicity, it's duplication, and ultimately it ends with growth that people can do. So love what you had to say.
Okay, so make sure you're using those Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday calls, because remember that's the system of growth. It's your third-party validation. We even we have people who are doing home parties who are bringing them in on they're Zooming the Tuesday night product call Zoom into their home party. Well, just so you know, Tuesday nights is the best night, at least I found, to ever do home parties, because they got through the weekend, they had their Monday, and Tuesday just seems to be a perfect night for a party. So if you like to do parties, then do a party. I love parties. They are fun. Okay, but use your tool, use that Tuesday night Zoom, because then somebody at that party might be like, well, I would never host one of these parties, but I could send people to that Zoom. You're giving people options. There was one thing on the,
Kristal, as you're thinking about this, one thing too that you talked about this week is how many of you maybe in the comments could talk about that as you get on calls, you're hearing the same message. You're here, whether Kristal says it, Todd Rowland says it, Ken Bailey says it, Kristal Vance, Jane, like Tracy, you're hearing the same message over and over and over again, because a great system is kind of like you repeat it, and then we're going to have to look at each other and go, that's close. No, 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 not that, this, and move people back to the system. And so this is a process. This takes time. This, you coach it and you coach it and you coach it, and you're patient with it. And over time, the compound effect of teaching it, the duplication of this system, wins over, and you build the biggest team. So Kristal, that's what I love about it. I love that everybody's hearing the same music from everybody's voice, but different people.
and
So Brent, I got to pull one thing that you always do. It's sitting here going in my mind for myself, but if you're going to move 10 5-day trial packs this week through this system, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. I've never been able to say that before. I want to see one spot everywhere.
now
I'm
here's
on
the
it.
thing
I'm
about
on it.
that.
10-day
But
file
you
track, put a 1 in the chat.
Look at these ones come in. Now watch this. If you move 10 5-day trials this week, you're going to make a minimum of $250 this week. When was the last time you made $250 here with your business? That within 5 days, you are going to run through the bases to head them towards a 28-day challenge, to then, which you make money there, to then, here's what we're all after. This is the most important piece of this. We're after residual subscription money. That is what a network marketer's goal is, to have the most people who are ordering every single month. And this is a product that goes into your cart and doesn't come out. See, many of us built businesses prior here with a product that you used monthly and you reordered the next month. That's what Renew is. And so if you will bring them in, then imagine all the other stuff that they start to add into that cart, that subscription. See, this is the smallest your business is ever going to be today, because you're going to use these 5-day trials and your team is going to start using them. And next month, you have the people who went from a 5-day trial to a 28-day. And then the next month, you're going to have the ones that went from a 5-day to a 28 to a brand partner, who are now going, if I move 10, I make 250. If I move 20, I make 500. If I find 4 people to do the same, I'm well on my way to a 6-figure income.
That's the key.
If you'll get good at saying that.
It is the key. We try to make this too hard.
That's it.
I want to make that both of you, Brent and Kristal, just made that where sometimes we're missing. The video is sending that video and asking for permission to send the video is certainly, don't just send it to somebody. I ask that way they'll watch. But I hope everybody heard what Brent said. He was in the bank and someone overheard a conversation. It doesn't matter where you are. Your conversation can change everything. And don't think I haven't answered the phone just so someone could hear me and there's no one on the other end of the line. And I just talk about how good I feel. And I found an amazing product. You just got to.
Anthony, if you could real quick, if Kim Gray's on there, spotlight her, because James trained on this same thing last week, putting the request in to watch the video. And he actually on his boards had it's just called number 1, what you send it. So when we got off last Saturdays, I'm processing. Kim Gray takes that thing that James sent us and she goes to A and B in her phone and sends it to 50 people.
I'm processing. She sends it to 50 people. That's action instead of processing. Well, we now have exact numbers. 17 of those people bought a 5-day trial pack from her. Already, one of the people that she sent that, this is a pre-scripted text now. Kim didn't do anything. She just copied and pasted to 50 people. 17 bought a 5-day trial pack, but one of the people she sent it to in Mobile forwarded it to some of his friends in Biloxi. And I want to say that has now put 3 brand partners in, 2 for sure. Maybe I think a third one went in yesterday, of simply sending the text and pushing the video out and following up. It was reminder to me anyway, like, quit overthinking this, Todd. Send the daggum text.
Yeah, Todd, as Rick Redford put in the chats a while ago, simple and duplicatable leads to massive growth. That's the most exciting thing to me as I've learned more about this today, is how simple and duplicatable it is. Think about this, folks. A brand new brand partner, day one, could go out and start selling these packs without having to know anything else, because all the information's on the pack about the product as they learn. And then the second thing, as Kristal was going over this, think about this, folks, the vision for the future here. As we are successful with Renew 5-day packs, what's to keep the company from going to 5-day trial Pure Nurse packs, 5-day trials of Noni, 5-day trials of Rejuvenex, 5-day trials of MOA. Think about the possibilities as this is successful, explosive.
Well, it is explode, like all of the fact that is a thing is great. But right now, remember that unity is community, and everybody's seeing us all moving in one focus. I mean, guys, we have something really, really special here. If we all stick right here and no one gets confused on what that gateway into the company is. Because I don't know about y'all, I sat here 3 years going, try this one, try this product, try this product. And at the end of the day, I'm looking at my reports and I'm like, people are coming in and out as fast as I'm putting them in. And yet I'm making money today off of work I did 7 years ago, because it was a product that it went in their cart and it never came out because they loved it and they ordered it every month. Slender Eyes, you guys, I lost 160 pounds. I have a transformation story. I do not make a ton of money off of Slender Eyes in my group because people come in and off of it. It's an amazing product. I love it. I can't make them keep it in their cart. I don't have to do anything with Renew. They keep it in their cart. This is the moment it all changed. When we are in a hotel in California and Mark realizes he forgot his Renew, and he got online and had it delivered to our hotel. And I was like, Chris laughed. Yeah, that is a man who wants his Renew, right? Yeah, I know. I saw you.
Not exactly what I was thinking, but close.
me and Chris are we 2 Renew a day people.
Right?
We don't fool around. Like, we do 2 a day. As soon as I found out we could do 2, I'm like,
so
like,
if
2's better than 1.
We got people so tied into using Renew, then let's build an empire off of it.
I saw a question go in the chat that asked where you get these at. And so if you are new today, when you go into your shopping cart, if you just search 5-day trial pack, there's going to be a couple of options. You can buy the 10-day 5-day trial packs, 10 of them. I think it's $180 something. But then there's also 2 packages, a 200 and a 500 point package now, where you would get either a box or multiple boxes Renew in either 10 or 20 trial packs. Really, really, really good deals where you would have somebody use yourself. And if you sold your trial packs, basically your own Renew for free. That's a great thing to churn. I actually moved that one onto my auto ship, the 200 point.
Todd, I did the same thing. I moved the Activate pack onto my auto ship, but I want to say this as I'm listening to everything. One of the things that I love about Kim Gray, and I love about she is always, in the years that I've been with her and watched her from afar build a business, she's got direct intention going into a work week, like direct focus. She knows what she's going to do. Like, it's laid out. She knows exactly what she's going to do. She might do it different than you, but she knows exactly where she's going. I want to say this, because of Kristal's mentorship, Buffy Wallen, which is, I think Buffy's on here somewhere. Buffy, and this is for everybody on here today. Here's Buffy Wallen's focus going into the week. Buffy drives a school bus for our school system. I was the principal there. She kind of took some time off, but Renew has brought her back and she is fired up. She's listened to Kim Gray, and then she started watching Kristal. And so now Buffy has a direct focus, and maybe this will help somebody this morning. Here's what Buffy's goal is for the week. Now, she's a go-getter. Okay. You might tailor it down for you, but her goal is to move 10 5-day trials every week going into the work week. Now, she's keeping that pipeline because the week before she did the same thing. So she's moving 10. She knows she's going to make $250 for the week. Remember, you get 10 by purchasing an Activate pack. So she goes in that work week. She's like, nobody knows about Renew. I'm putting it in everybody's hands in my community. And so, boom, she's doing 10 a week, $250 in her pocket. And then from there, she's starting to get a flow of people on the Tuesday night Zoom with Doyle, Kristal Vance, and the host of people they have on to listen to stories. And now she's starting to move 28-day challenges, which is actually going in a computer and enrolling customers, right? And some of those are jumping from a 28-day challenge to third base and actually enrolling as an Activate pack or business pack, like as a brand partner. But what I'm seeing happen, Kristal, with Buffy is it all starts with the tool of the 5-day trial and a direct focus that this week, Buffy Wallen is going to compete with herself to put 10 trials out into 10 people's hands. And at the end of the day, that is network marketing 101 from 100 years ago. 100 years ago. Chris Doyle did that when he was 16 years old. And I go, that's what I love about the system of growth. We're not tearing anybody's buildings down. We're not saying, oh, Todd, you're doing it wrong, or Brent, you're doing it wrong. We're doing it the way we want to do it. And at the end of the day, our direct focus is putting this in people's hands, put the tool in their hand and work the system of growth.
Well, my phone's blowing up. If y'all ain't seeing me text messages, I can't help it. I mean, my phone is just, and it's never this bad. I mean, I just feeling it vibrate. People are texting and texting. James Zhang, we just made you a co-host. I hope that's okay. Didn't ask, but would you come on just for a second and talk a little bit about how to load? They're saying we got boards and we downloaded it, but how do I get that? How do I get the videos that you've in your scripts? Where are they? So James, you mind doing that? I hope you're still with us. I didn't even look to see if he's still here.
Yeah, I can. I'm going to put James's link in the chat as he's talking, and you just copy and paste this link out and into yours. And Chris, I don't know if you were going to share one this morning or not, but both of you, I don't know what your intentions were.
Yeah, I love that. I love that there's not more than one out there to download, because that, again, it goes back to unity. When we're all doing the same thing, then you can take it and modify it yourself. And it's the foundation, right? So like what he put inside that board is the basics, like the basics for success. And then you take it, and I really encourage you to personalize it and, go in that board and add your smart links. How many times have you gone? Like 80,000 times I have created a smart link for a bottle of Slender Eyes with a promo code. Right? I don't have to do that anymore. I have a link for a box of Renew, a 28-day challenge, no promo code. I don't give anybody a promo code anymore. The only way they're getting a promo code is if they're upgrading to something else. Like, I'm not giving away any more money. I'm tired of giving away money. Create value, and you don't have to.
I think it's important to say, don't give away the 5-day pile. People do not take free samples. Make your money, make them have some skin in the game. At least me personally, when I'm giving away samples, I find they don't take them. So, make them have some value there. James, I'm going to call on you. I see they highlighted you. So would you go through how to do that? Todd put it in the chat, but I want you to kind of walk us through real quick.
Absolutely. First, I'm just so pumped. My gosh, you guys are crushing it. I love this family. So, to look at this board, I'm going to share my screen real quick. Todd dropped it in the chat. Also, Anthony. So they're the same link. I just made a bit.ly, like a smaller link, so it's the same exact one as well too. But to what Kristal said, let me just share with you. If you're not familiar with boards, it looks like it makes it so it's super simple. Where when you're on your actual phone, that you know what to do. So this boards app, you can get on both Android and Apple. It's a free app. When you get this, the Renew System of Growth board. So I'll show you mine. I have like multiple boards, right? So you can create your own. So the one that you'll see here is called the Renew System of Growth. Once you download boards and then you click again on that app, that link that was dropped in the chat, you will see a baseline of something that you could do. I love hearing Kim Gray's story. That's awesome. And it's amazing because Kim, she knows her business. She's just trying this out and she'll tweak this as well too, like what Dr. Kristal was saying, but you'll get all the necessary links. For example, how to invite someone, an idea of how to get it out there. You'll get an idea of the play video that Dr. Kristal was talking about. There's the 3-minute video on the human growth hormone on Renew product itself as well too. There's a link to the amazing Renew 28-day YouTube channel. Drop a 2 in the chat if you've seen the Renew 28-day YouTube channel that Tracy's put together, which is just incredible. Mm-hmm.
James, let me add one thing there. So last week, we all really saw this, besides Kristal and some of the ones that are always so far ahead of us. We saw this for the very first time. So I'm like, if you're, go ahead and share that screen again. I was going to point at something, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
So I'm processing, as I am still doing right now, and I don't even really consider myself a bad processor, but I'm still trying to figure it all out.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you what Kim Gray did. That very first one there, it says Renew Invite Strip. She copied and pasted that very first thing to the first 50 people in her phone, A and B. After they read that, and I'm sure each one responded differently. She'd have to tell us exactly what was said, but I just know that she then started sending the video out, number 2, and then go back and pull up that number 1 follow-up button that says follow-up number 1. She gave them about 5 minutes to watch the video, and she sent that question. 17 sales into a 5-day trial pack. A lot of those are on it now. And either 2 or 3, for sure 2, I can tell you 100% 2, I think maybe 3, possibly up to 4 brand partners from those texts. Brand new, not related to anything else going on in her business. She doesn't know anything about Renew. She's not even trying to learn it. She's a transformation pack girl. She just plays the video and follows the system. So absolutely amazing. So if I want to have success today, that we just went over. Just do. I'm speaking, not speaking to anybody here. I'm speaking to myself. Like I'm at my son's football game. I can send out 50 of those to the A's and B's in my phone and follow that with a video and then copy and paste as James follow-up number 1. And then maybe kind of start turning into my own personality from there, or follow the rest of his follow-ups, whichever one best suits you.
Exactly. And the key is once you start to tweak this, I think all of us learn differently because I designed this thinking, if I'm brand new, what do I do? Right? Like we all have a certain way of talking, but imagine when you're a kid. And when you're a kid and you're learning English for the first time, we all learn kind of from scripts and ways of how other people talk. So as you go through this, always keep it authentically you, right? You're not going to use the same words and things like that. I think the key behind any type of script is, does it feel authentic? Does it feel genuine? And is your intention to help that other person? So as long as you put those 2 things together, you can use this and have a great success. And once you get it really good, you can create your own boards, like what Dr. Kristal said. If you don't know how to do that, anything with technology, Google it. So Google it if there's any issues at all. Any other questions on that, Todd?
No, Kristal or Brent or Chris, y'all want to add anything there while this is up?
No, I'm just excited about the system.
I do want to add this one thing, and it has nothing to do and everything to do with this. Guys, everybody on the Zoom, understand this. We've got something special with what we've got with our group of people. Like, I can't tell you enough how this is very unique in our industry to have so many people working together in unison, in unity. It just don't happen. I always say birds of a feather flock together. God blessed us when he brought us into into this company, and with Todd and Chris and Ken and you know, Tracy and Jay and everybody accepting us and going, hey, we're going to do this together. Guys, I hope when you see this today and you're listening in today, you go, you know, we got a system, we've got amazing products, but the unity we got, guys, it creates an unstoppable force. It's hard to get, but once you got it, it is an unstoppable thing out there because it's just the world's not used to it.
Yeah. Hey, Brent, I got to add one last thing on this Renew. It's 20 years in the industry that runs through my head, but I'm going to go back to the example because I think if this ever really resonates across the board, that this thing could absolutely blast off like a rocket ship. So when I laid down in bed last night and got the text from Jerry and Tyler that they had signed up this big AvocAre lady that they've been working on for 2 years, all the previous presentations, Brent, required an hour-long Zoom with me. I've had Doyle on a Zoom with her. So it's like to go into this lady, we had to have every expert compiled on a Zoom at a certain time, trying to make all those things work. So the actual sign-up occurred off of James Zing's 3-minute video and a 5-day trial pack. So they didn't even call me except to tell me they were in the system. So talking about taking the time that's required to convert out of the equation and making that whole process streamlined and simplified where 2 Southern boys that eat biscuits and gravy can go sign up a CrossFit gym owner with a video and a thing without having to bring all the experts in it's really a miracle in this company because that's been our biggest feat to overcome because our products are such high quality, so much to them all, but really hard to learn it all unless you're Dr. Kristal.
And I was going to say, what a great job Dr. Kristal done. And James's input's been phenomenal. And even Tracy, I know Tracy was kind of the originator of the whole system that he took it to the company. So a lot of people involved here. And the last thing we keep mentioning, Kim Gray, I want to just a shout out to her and a testimony to everybody about what can happen with hard work and consistency. Kim is only about 3 or 4 weeks away from a $10,000 savings bonus, which is life-changing for her.
As a matter of fact,
Awesome.
it will bring her within $9,000 of paying off her house. So she would have eliminated $30,000 in credit card bill, bought 2 new cars, and paid a house off here in 2.5 years. Don't say life can't change because she was given the product by Jerry Halsey. She didn't even have the money to buy it on day one.
I think one of the most important things about what he just said is that she's not someone who decided she's taken action. She's not a network marketer. That's not her background. She took and ran. One thing I want to add, because Brent alluded to that, and Kristal, you talked about having a simple system. We all know that we love our MOA. We love our Limu 5X. Don't think anybody's wanting to take these products away. But the people that I've started the Renew on, and she's not on here, I looked to see, I was going to pull her up. Marilyn McPherson, someone's been in my business for a while, loves the company, loves the Renew, loves the HGH. But now she is literally drinking Elite. She's drinking MOA. She's taking Vanali. But she only came. I've been recruiting her for 7 years, guys. Actually, probably 10, but 7 hard. And she only came to the company. The only reason was Renew. And now she is like, and I know she wants to build something on the other, and even her team members are like, well, we love MOA and we love Vanali and we love 5X and we love they're taking multiple products, but the Renew brought her to the table. So what does that mean to me? So I'm going to go back to what my nickname is, the Money Man. It means to me my residual, because Mary Lynn is buying multiple $100s worth of products every month for herself. And her team members are finding products that fit. Once you get the person into the table, that's what separates us. And I'm just going to call them straight out. A company like a Monavi who only had one trick pony. Once they get into this system, Tracy and I have had this conversation because he was with Noni and he's like, once they get here, we're going to educate them on these Saturdays on other products. There'll be a Saturday, it's just product day. And guys, your business will just explode into another level because when they begin to find out, it's just that we don't have a competitor on Renew. And if you can get, I don't even know how to get people to realize how special this moment is. Over the next 2 years with your Renew system, Kristal, thank you for taking the plunge.
Yeah.
Being
One
willing.
announcement real quick, Chris, so
Yeah.
we don't forget. But tomorrow night's call with Andrea Rosser will host, you'll have Verna Bruner, who has just been a rock star, has already won the Tahiti trip out of Texas. She'll have Letitia, a brand new person who was signed up online I believe she's in Washington, D.C., but just a rising superstar. Sandy McFarland will also be there, and Dr. Chris will be back anchoring it with more details on information here.
And Coach, that will be, as soon as this call's over, it will be over in Telegram. Make sure you got the Telegram out downloaded, and it says New Age Communication 2022. That flyer will be in Telegram as soon as this call's over.
So, Brent, could you explain because I'm getting this question out. I'm not 100% sure how to answer it to everybody, but some people aren't getting that Telegram. Can you go real quick if they want to receive that mass communication? What would they do?
Yeah, Tracy, can you put it in the chats? Tracy will put the Telegram. Thanks, buddy. Tracy will put it in the chats for us.
Coach is always calling
Listen,
somebody else.
download the Telegram. It's free to download. And it's a one-way directional communication piece for you and your team. Nobody else can chat on it. Tracy's putting his most recent things for the system of growth in there, the videos. I know James's videos in there. We'll continue to bring things, but you will never miss a call. That's the biggest thing. You'll never miss a call. You'll never miss an important function for you and your team. So Telegram, if you go to the App Store, download Telegram, search for New Age Communication 2022. It might come up as, here it is. Thank you, Anthony, for that. There's the link. And then you can actually go in and set it where it will actually ping you when something new arrives to that Telegram out where you don't miss it. So just go into the settings and you can have it set up alerts for you.
So Anthony, I know you've been here. Sorry, you're always working behind the scenes. We forget to call on you, but Anthony, I think you had a number of new customers this week off the, and maybe brand partners off this Renew system using boards in the 5-day Tri-Pack too, didn't you?
Absolutely. I sent it out as well to when James gave the challenge last week. Now total has been 22 5-day trial packs and 2 boxes sold. And to be honest, I didn't change it up. I didn't change it. I didn't edit it enough. Hey, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. You know, so I just did the same thing. And if I had a nickname, I put that nickname there. So if I was sent it to all my coaches, I said, "Hey, coach," and then I even had professional athletes that wanted to know more about it. So I actually have a lot of professional athletes that bought 5-day trial packs, and all I did was that you sent the video. I did step by step.
And I do want to say this one last time, because this is so important. And if you work in the world off the law of abundance, you're going to be so much happier in life. Things come to you. We never run out of raw material. There's more than enough for everybody. But Tracy helped design a lot of this system. He's related to none of us financially. James Zing launched his boards that he'd been trying to perfect for a year, doing all the hard work. And we're able to just copy and paste. And like I said, there's no correlation here. Kristal and Brent, again, although Brent and I work together, we are not financially tied together in this system. So it is just thank everybody for contributing. I'm very, very great. Anthony, another Lone Ranger, always on here running this stuff for Chris and I because we're too lazy to learn all the little things he does behind the scenes. So yeah, I just can't thank everybody enough. Just a really big deal. And that goes across all borders out there. So we love everybody out there. The Nucerity women up in Canada, obviously y'all are our favorite. Y'all are the energy of our life. So we're all something now, whatever we're going to be, but I guess we all have our heritage.
We're all Renew.
We're all
Renew.
Hey,
We're
Chris, Todd, you know what's absolutely amazing. I sit back and I listen to this call has been absolutely fantastic. And, you know, in this industry, I've been in it a long time like you have, that you can lead and you get so far leading. But when you empower people with a system in a way, in a clear path, man, that empowerment is absolutely dynamic and explosive. And what I'm hearing today, what I'm seeing with the last 2 weeks since we launched this system is we are empowering people with a way to financially change their future. And that right there was the entire intent. It was not about a 5-day trial. It was not about a sticker renew. It was about empowering people with the way to be able to change their financial future using a powerful product. And that right there has got me so excited. This is going to be a hyper growth product. It is going to be a $1 billion company, and it's going to be based off empowering people with a clear, simple message for duplication. So thanks for all you do, everybody that's on the call.
Make sure you follow Kristal and
Yep.
James on TikTok. Kind of see what they're doing. They're great, two great ones to learn from.
And plug in. Remember your Sunday night Zoom tomorrow night with Andrea. Dr. Kristal will be back again tomorrow night. Tuesday night, Dr. Kristal and I now doing one with her dad and my daughter. So we kind of joined. That's a little sticky, but we can make it happen. And we're doing Tuesday night, which is all about the product. And then Brent on Thursday nights. Guys, plug in. When people say they want to make something happen, but they don't plug in. They don't do the things they need to do to make it happen. And right now, we finally found what I believe is the simplest. I see it. Todd mentioned it. Todd was talking about one other thing. Last night, I was going to ask one other thing is that I saw on Friday, what I keep up with is how's the volume running. And with all the things going on, my freaking volume the last 2 weeks, I've had some, I'm gonna brag a little. 2 weeks ago was the biggest paycheck I've had this year. And I don't think it's coincidence. Thank you, Dr. Kristal. I mean that.
I take gifts. I like diamonds and I like gold and I like trips. And I think we should end this call with Go Big Orange.
Now the room is diminishing quickly.
Hey, I live to irritate people. It gets their attention. So all right, let's go.
Anyway, you guys have a great Saturday. Every Saturday is going to be about the Renew system. We may have some changes. We may have a few guests that talk about that. But Tuesday night, if you've got someone that has had a huge difference and they want to talk about it, reach out to Dr. Kristal or myself. We want to put them on the Tuesday night call to give their stories. That's what Tuesday nights are going to be about.
And if somebody uses the system we've trained on the last 2 weeks with tremendous results, text us and we'll feature you on Saturday morning, let you go through what you did and what the results were. So you got, obviously we don't have connections to talk to everybody every day, but just reach out to us.
James, thank you for jumping on. We didn't expect you, but anytime you want to be here, we're gonna call on you because you've got this down and put so much time into it. Guys, have a great Saturday. Another amazing Saturday morning. Each week it seems to continue to get better. Dr. Kristal, you as always inspire. Tracy, Coach Palmer, I guess I should say roll tide to try to things a little smoother around here.
Love you guys. Grateful for you.
Have y'all good day, guys. See y'all.
Great weekend, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Great job, guys.
Thank you.